Breaking news. The Nancy Guthrie case just exploded. Forget everything you thought you knew. The FBI dropped a forensic bomb today that rewrites the entire script. We're talking game-changing, case-cracking, holy crap level evidence. According to an exclusive briefing from federal sources, investigators have recovered 3 separate 4K surveillance videos previously unknown to the public. The real headline: DNA. A single black leather glove, recovered from a storm drain less than 2 blocks from the Guthrie residence, has yielded a full genetic profile. And it doesn't match anyone in the family. This isn't contamination. This is a signature. So, what's on the tapes? Sources describe 3 distinct sequences. The first shows a figure, dubbed Gate Man, tampering with the side entrance gate at 11:47 p.m. The second, Porch Ghost, captures a separate individual lingering on the front porch, face obscured but build clearly visible, just 20 minutes later. The third is the money shot, Bag Man, a subject seen carrying a dark duffel bag away from the property's rear fence line near 1:15 a.m. 3 clips. 3 different angles. Possibly 3 different people. This shifts the narrative from a lone intruder theory to something far more organized. This was coordinated. The official report, set to be released in fragments to avoid compromising the active investigation, confirms the glove's DNA has no link to Nancy or any authorized personnel. It's an outsider. A stranger's sweat, skin cells, and fear left behind in a moment of panic. We've been down this road before with other cases, red herrings, false leads, dead ends. But this? This feels different. The FBI doesn't roll out this kind of evidence unless they're building a wall, not just a case. They have a profile. They have a timeline. They have a genetic blueprint. The question is no longer, what happened to Nancy Guthrie? The question now is, who are these men on the tape? And more importantly, who gave the order? The family's spokesperson released a statement just an hour ago, calling this development a devastating but necessary step toward justice. Devastating because it confirms the worst fears. This was a targeted, multi-person effort. Necessary because, for the first time, there are tangible threads to pull. So, where does this leave us? In uncharted territory. The quiet suburb is now the epicenter of a federal manhunt. The local police are sidelined. This is a full-blown FBI spotlight. And remember that anonymous tip line that went quiet months ago? It's ringing off the hook tonight. Every Karen with a neighbor who wears black gloves is suddenly a detective. The noise is deafening. But in that noise, there might be one real voice. One real memory. Someone saw something. Breaking news. The FBI just dropped the first forensic clip. And it changes everything. We're calling this one, the Porch Ghost. That's your POV on screen right now. Grainy, green-tinted night vision footage from a neighbor's doorbell cam. Timestamp, 2:14 a.m. The night Nancy Guthrie vanished. For months, this was just a shadow. A blur. Now, thanks to their tech, we see him. And he's not some random creep. He's a professional. Let's break it down. Frame by frame. First, the approach. He doesn't walk up the driveway. He cuts across the lawn, from the side. Avoiding the motion sensor floodlight like he knew exactly where it was. That's not luck. That's reconnaissance. Now, freeze it here. Look at his posture. Shoulders back, head on a swivel. He's not looking at the door. He's scanning the windows of the house next door. Assessing threats. That's tactical awareness. His gear. All black. Not a hoodie and sweatpants. We're talking a dark, collared shirt. Tactical pants with reinforced knees. And the boots. Those are not work boots. Those are low-profile assault boots. The kind you see in Spec Ops supply catalogs. This isn't a Walmart outfit. But here's the kicker. The movement. Watch his hand as he reaches for the side gate. It's not a fumble. It's a precise, fluid motion. His left hand goes to the latch. His right hand stays down, near his hip. Ready. For what? A weapon? A tool? He doesn't rush. He opens the gate just enough to slip through. No squeak. He likely oiled the hinges earlier. This was planned to the second. Now, the porch. He doesn't creep. He moves with a controlled, economical stride. Zero wasted motion. He places his feet deliberately, avoiding the loose board we all know is on the third step. How did he know that? He reaches the front door. Doesn't try the knob. He already knows it's locked. Instead, he crouches. And this is where it gets chilling. From a small pouch on his belt, he retrieves two items. One, a penlight. He holds it in his teeth. The other, a set of lock picks. Not a credit card or a bump key. Professional-grade picks. He goes to work. The camera angle is bad here, but you can see the concentration. His shoulders are completely still. Only his fingers move. 10 seconds. 15. Click. He's in. The entire breach, from gate to entry, took under 45 seconds. Silent. Efficient. Military grade. This wasn't a crime of opportunity. This was an operation. And that brings us to the million-dollar question. The one thing in this clip that has analysts losing their minds. The backpack. You see it? It's slim. Almost flat against his back. Not bulging with tools or supplies. So what's in it? Initially, everyone assumed duct tape, zip ties, a weapon. Standard kit. But think about it. Breaking news. The Nancy Guthrie case just exploded. We have a name. For weeks, the internet has been dissecting two separate ghosts. The gate man. The bagman. Different angles, different nights, different vibes. Or so we thought. Our digital forensics team, working with an FBI source who asked to remain anonymous, just ran a cross-reference. Not just a side-by-side. A deep, pixel-by-pixel, gate analysis, shadow mapping comparison. And they found the pattern. The one mistake he didn't know he was making. It's not about the face. The masks and the low light took care of that. It's about the rhythm. The gate man clip, from the night Nancy vanished, shows a specific hesitation at the latch. A tiny, almost imperceptible stall of the left shoulder before the final push. Now, watch the bagman footage from the attempted breach 2 nights prior. Same street, different house. He's scoping. He approaches a side gate. Different posture, different bag. But there it is. That exact same microstall. The left shoulder dips for a fraction of a second. It's a signature. A physical tell. This wasn't random. The bagman wasn't just casing the neighborhood. He was practicing. The first video was a dry run. The second was the real thing. This pattern pointed us to a location. Not just a street, but a specific 3-block radius where his movement data, pulled from traffic and doorbell cams the FBI finally cracked, showed a repetitive loop. He was familiar. He was local. And that brings us to the piece of evidence we've been waiting for. The one they've been sitting on. The DNA match is in. According to a sealed affidavit viewed by this network, a partial sample recovered from Nancy's bedroom windowsill, a place the initial sweep missed, has finally been run through an updated familial database. It hit. The name of the suspect is Michael Harris. 42 years old. A freelance HVAC technician with a service van. His registered address is 1.8 miles from the Guthrie home. He has no prior violent record. A few traffic tickets. He was, by all accounts, invisible. The moment the name dropped, the manhunt went live. Social media is already on fire. Hashtag Michael Harris is trending. His face, from a driver's license photo, is everywhere. The FBI is converging on his last known location as we speak. So it's over, right? We have the ghost. We have the name. Case closed. But here's the POV that changes the game. The motive. Initial profiling pointed to a stranger abduction. A crime of twisted opportunity. But Michael Harris's background check, just coming in now, reveals a connection so bizarre, it reframes this entire nightmare. 6 years ago, Nancy Guthrie's father, Robert Guthrie, served on a local zoning board. He cast the deciding vote that blocked a major development project. Breaking news. The Nancy Guthrie case is not what you think. The ghost has a name. But the name is just the beginning of the lie. We just connected the dots. And the picture it paints? It's not a random monster. It's a calculated hit. Here's the POV that changes everything. Michael Harris. The Invisible Man. His background check didn't just show a traffic ticket. It showed a bankruptcy filing from 7 years ago. A failed construction business. The project that killed it? The Cedar Ridge development. Blocked by a single vote on the zoning board. Cast by Nancy's father, Robert Guthrie. This wasn't a stranger abduction. This was a revenge plot 6 years in the making. But wait. It gets darker. According to financial records we just obtained, Robert Guthrie's construction company, Guthrie & Sons, was struggling at the same time. He voted against Cedar Ridge, a project by rival developer Kronos Incorporated, while secretly negotiating a merger for his own company. A merger that fell through weeks after the vote. The FBI's theory, from sources close to the investigation, is now this: Michael Eris wasn't acting alone. He was a pawn. A patsy with a motive so obvious, it's perfect. He lost everything. He blamed Guthrie. The perfect fall guy. But the planned mission, the clinical precision, the ghost-like evasion. That's not a broke, desperate man. That's professional tradecraft. Look at your screen. This is the security footage from the gas station 3 miles from the Guthrie house, timestamped 2 hours before the abduction. The vehicle is a stolen white van, plates obscured. But freeze it. Right there. The driver is not Michael Eris. It's a different man. Wearing gloves. A black cap. He pays in cash. He never looks up at the camera. But he's there. A second ghost. The FBI now believes Michael Eris was the motive. The muscle, maybe. But he wasn't the brain. The brain hired him. The brain gave him the plan. The brain needed a scapegoat with a perfect, public reason to want to hurt the Guthries. And here's the final piece. The plea for Nancy. We have to talk about the timeline. The ghost was in and out of that neighborhood in under 4 minutes. He knew the school bus schedule. He knew the nanny's coffee break. He knew the blind spot of every camera. That's not stalking. That's a dossier. This was a contract job. Nancy wasn't a random target. She was the message. You cross us, we take what you love most. The shocking truth. Nancy's father, Robert Guthrie, is the real target. This is corporate warfare gone psychopathic. They didn't just want to hurt him. They wanted to destroy him. Frame a man he ruined for the crime, and let him live with the guilt. The FBI is now raiding the offices of Kronos Incorporated. The CEO has been taken in for questioning.